How's everyone doing? Oh, come on. Every week it's a challenge to get you guys motivated. Let's do this all over again. AW, how's everyone doing this afternoon? Much better. I wish it was like that every single team meeting. Momentum, jumpstart. Okay. So welcome to our first November's team meeting, November 2nd already, folks. Can you believe it? We have less than 60 days left to the end of the year. Yikes. Everyone had a good time last week at our Halloween event. Wasn't it fun? Yeah, it was fun. You should have won, yeah. Yours was really original. But the story behind that is what I really admire, and that was hilarious. Yeah, a ball. So, but thank you for all of you and our affiliates, Fred Howard, for providing us with that. What is it called? The 360? 360. That was fun. I saw the king doing some moves on there, so that was fun. All right, before we get started with our team meeting, I want to, thank our affiliate for providing us with lunch. So without further ado, let's welcome Andre with the Termite Guy.
So, my name's Andre. I work with the Termite Guy. I'm actually a termite inspector. I don't know. So you guys can ask me any questions if you have anything that you have in regards to the termite aspect. One thing about my company compared to other companies, we do give you 24-hour turnaround reports. That's huge because sometimes you get them the next day. A lot of times termite company takes 3 to 4 days. You gotta wait to come in. We do offer you a 5-year warranty on our fumigations. So most companies runs around 2 or 3. We're licensed general contractors. We do have a wood mill at our office. So if anything's customized, we can do it in-house. Also, we are licensed roofers. So if you have a property that has tile, we come and crack it. We'll come back and replace whatever tile that's broken. We do prime and paint all our wood. So when it goes up, you don't have to worry about going back and repainting it. That's pretty much it.
Does anyone have any questions for him? Tom?
Can you explain subterranean termites to me?
So subterranean termites, they come from the ground. They come from the ground. So they create a tube system that runs their way up. And as a termite inspector, I kind of look for those mud tubes. They look like because they're over 100,000 in the colony, and they create more damage than that basic drywood termite. So a lot of times they come to because of moisture issues in the house. Oh, shower leak that never got taken care of and never dried out. That's when you usually find subterranean. They can eat wood floors. They can eat foundations. They've seen it all.
Foundations?
Yeah. So yeah, that's why we have to prod the house, and we pretty much give you a lowdown on how everything's going on in the house.
Anyone else?
How often do you have to fumigate? Once you do the fumigation, for instance, then how often?
Wow. In South Bay, this area, you're more of a high termite probe area. I would suggest every 8 years. You're like more inland to Whittier and all that, away from the ocean. You see less termites. So a lot of times, rule of thumb is within you 10-year house, within the 5-year mark, just do a treatment, and within the 8 to 10-year mark, you do 10. That's usually what we go by.
I know I've asked this question in the past, and I'm going to ask it again. What's the difference between a section 1 and a section 2 termite?
So section 1 on your report under section 32.
Oh, there's a section.
I'll bring all 3 sections. So section 1 is pretty much active infestation in the house. You're looking at dry rot issues, termite issues, anything that's active infestation. Like if I go in your house and I see wood rot, that's going to be on the section 1. Section 2 is something that you usually see on a home inspection report, like something that's going to be towards, an active infestation in the future. Like a water leaks will be on there. Shower pans, usually run section 1 or section 2. Rule of thumb is if I go into the house and I see damage on the shower pan because of an old leak, then it would be a section 1 item. But if I go down there and it's just leaking and there's no damage on the floor, it'll be on a section 2 item, meaning that there's no damage, active damage. Section 3 is, a lot of times you go look in your report, section 3 is inaccessible areas. So I'll usually find out on section 3, like if I couldn't get into a part of an attic or a sub area, I usually jot it as section 3 item.
I have a question about that. I've never seen a section 3 in 24 years I've been doing this, but if that, could a bank reject that then? Because
Yeah.
it's inaccessible, so then what the frick do you do?
A lot of times you got to make it accessible.
Okay.
They usually call me back and we find ways to get me in there. So we find a smaller, skinnier termite person that can go into the house. We find ways to clear it.
We'll make it work, right?
Exactly. So
You don't love people.
my information will be by the pizza. I also have my business card out. I give you guys, some of you guys my phone numbers, make sure you save it. Any future termite inspections, feel free to text me. I mean, I'm here just on the text message. Probably easier than calling the office and trying to deal with the admins itself. I usually text back within, 2 to 3 minutes.
Beautiful.
What is it?
It's 323-495-5888. Yeah. And it's Andre with the termite guy.
All right.
All right,
Before we let you go, can you tell us where this was taken?
Big Bear. That
Big Bear.
actually, yeah, that was Mount Baldy. I was climbing to the peak on that picture.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you go all the way.
I thought it was Sequoia for some reason, but
I think that those are the years I was really into doing Spartan races. So I would actually try to schedule 4 to 5 races a year, and
Yeah.
I would go Mount Baldy probably once a month just to get the
that's an
altitude.
intense
Yeah.
climb too.
Yeah, there's like
And you have the easy way going on the lift.
yeah, there's like 3 ways to go up, and they're all different heights.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Awesome. Well, again, please utilize our affiliates. The Termite Guide is one of our affiliates. Always here to serve, always here to help your clients. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and continue. I have a video that I'd like to share. So Natalie, next slide, please.
Hello, Keller Williams. Mark King here with Keller Williams Realty International. And I can't believe it's already November. It's my favorite time of the year. So excited about the holidays. And speaking of the holidays, a couple things for us to remember. One is you can put your admin duties on autopilot by using Command. Check that out. As always,
What did you say?
If you can replay it.
Hello, Keller Williams. Mark King here with Keller Williams Realty International. And I can't believe it's already November. It's my favorite time of the year. So excited about the holidays. And speaking of the holidays, a couple things for us to remember. One is you can put your admin duties on autopilot by using Command. Check that out. As always, we believe God, family, then business. And we want you to have all the well-deserved time off you can have with your family and your faith over the holidays. I also want to bring up the point that we are headed into some rocky times. And how do you solve rocky times in our business? It's focus on the listings, right? It's what programs are you thinking of? Are you thinking of it differently? Are you doubling down on lead generation? Have you looked into 72 Sold or Rise or some other lead generation opportunities for your listings? I wish all of you amazing holidays, and I know you're going to have a great time off. And by the way, just a little plug here, family reunions right around the corner. And you know what makes a great holiday gift? A family reunion ticket. We'll see you all there. Happy holidays, everyone.
Awesome. Yeah, we have to definitely double down on the activities, right? As the interest rates are rising, the market is definitely shifting, and the holidays are upon us. We have to really start looking at what 2023 looks like, right? We're at the end of the cusp of the fourth quarter of the year. Okay, we've had a very awesome 2 years of very low rates, but this is where we're now, what we call the norm per se. For a lot of us that started in the real estate industry back in the 90s, the 80s, rates were even higher than what it is right now. Now, this is where you need to know how to pivot and adapt, but more so anchor and do the necessary activities. That's the only way we're going to survive this wave. Okay, it's a wave, it's a temporary wave. What goes up eventually comes down. When things go down, eventually it comes right back up, okay? We're just riding this wave. This is where we're gonna see more opportunities than ever before. This is where we're gonna see agents rise, who are committed, who are devoted and dedicated to this industry. Okay? And this is a time where we're gonna see also agents leave. Okay? So I want to be very candid, very transparent, and just be very real about it. Keller Williams has prepared and is adapting to the change. You heard it from Mark. You know, this is a great opportunity to really dive deep into the command platform, which will give you the necessary tools to really lead generate and give you the opportunities that you need. This is a commitment to all of you, right? All of you to really devote the time to really commit to this command platform. Okay, we're gonna push that to all of the agents as we progress through the months and through the year. Okay, so all of you are committed, right? Yeah. All right. Let's. Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna share my little secret with anybody, but I was talking to a friend and,
Why don't you come up here real quick so that way we can see you on screen?
oh,
This is the Minty corner, since she's already.
Okay, all right.
so
Yeah.
yeah, we decided we're gonna do it on a Wednesday, probably, what's today? The second 2 weeks, because I need time to prepare the preparation. So what I am doing is I have a way, I just got another response today to reach out to, it was something we learned from, what's his name, Jason Abrams?
Jason. Abrams.
Yeah, so when we went to a meeting, he talked about business to business. And he said, make calls to him and all that. Well, the calls were like, oh, painful for me, very painful. Especially when they're like, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine. I'm like, yeah, but no, he's not, right? So what I did was I created something from that conversation and the letters I was sending out and made it a more streamlined, easier way to do it. And also actually with real addresses and real phone numbers and real email addresses. So I have committed to Simon and this market center to teach you guys all how to do it. The only promise, the only commitment is I'm going to give you a list of attorneys I'm working with and you cannot contact them. Because if you do, I'll find out. That's the only commitment. That's the only thing I ask. Other than that, it's a free for all. And it's for, so you know, people are always going to die. Bless their hearts. They're going to divorce. They're going to file bankruptcy, and there's going to be tax issues or real estate questions. So those are the contacts I'm reaching out to. So I've got estate attorneys, divorce attorneys, bankruptcy attorneys, tax attorneys, CPAs, financial planners. You guys have to, if you have a relation, if you have somebody that you use for yours, I would start with them. And it's not just about you in these conversations. It's about you getting to know them and building the relationship and going back and forth. Like, I'll give an example. One of them was I met with him. I went out there, met with him, looked around the room, saw that he was into cars and trains. So when I got back, I sat down and ordered 2 tickets to the LA Auto Show. And I think it's this month. I think it's in November. And sent them to him and said, hey, Andy, thank you so much for your time. It was great meeting with you. And enjoy these on us. You know, I saw that you enjoyed the Monaco. It was the car racing cars or something. I don't know. I didn't know what it was, but I knew there were cars. So
Four wheel.
And I didn't know what to do for the train part. So I knew, so what I'll teach you in that class is how to pay attention to what they're into and then follow up with that. You know what he did after that? I reached out a couple weeks later and said, hey, Andy, just checking in to see if there's anything you need. He said, no, we're good. A week later, no, actually 3 days later, I got an email for 2 BPOs. One was for 22 million, one was for 3 million. Doesn't mean I'm going to get it, but guess what? I responded right away, got in the package. If you don't know how to do it as new agents, that's what I'm going to show you how to do. Okay. So we're going to do it on a Wednesday. I'll schedule it with Fred because I want the new agents there for sure. And then the rest of you just come in and sit down, okay? I don't know.
Yeah, that's at 1:30.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know.
Awesome. Thank you, Lauren. Well, definitely, as we go in the trenches of this market, any arsenal of tools that we can have to arm us with the opportunities, right? That's what it really boils down to. Opportunities, buyers, sellers, investors, developers, right? So thank you for stepping up and doing that for us, Lauren. All right, let's go ahead and continue. We're going to bypass our mission. I think you guys all have it memorized, right? So if I was to shut this down and say, what is our mission? What is our belief? All right, next slide, please. I'm gonna test you. All right, let's introduce and welcome our newest agents for the month of November. What's today? November 2nd? Damn, we are working hard. Yes. So last month, I wanna share, we hit 15 new agents for the month of October, 15. So, it's staying consistent, right? And that's been my number one goal from the very beginning, do 15, even though the commitment is doing 10, trying to hit 15 or even more is like that cherry on top. So we're very humble, very happy to know that agents are choosing South Bay as a place to work. So awesome. So let's congratulate Carlos, Carmen, and Healy Bishop to South Bay. Any of them here? Okay, next slide. Look at all these birthdays. Any birthdays for the month of November? I know I was saying happy birthday to someone. So yes, happy birthday to all the November baby agents in our office. We have a list of awesome agents in our office. So if you recognize any of them and you see them in the office, please make sure happy November birthday. Okay. All right, next slide. All right, KW anniversary. We have a list of awesome agents who have devoted and dedicated and committed to the office. So we have Daryl, Sacco, Sharon, Kelly, Sammy, John, Carmenza, Lauren, Miguel, Jesse, Carl, Debbie, Farah, yay. How many years with KW now? 5 years. Thank you for being part of this office. Tony, Bernice, Marcia, and Anna. So Bert, Alberto, Cecilia, Eric, Damani, Kim, Michaela, Yvette, and Christian. So awesome. Applause to all of the anniversary agents. All right, next slide. All right, now we have Maria with Estro South Bay. I'm giving an update on what's going on.
I know this is turning, the tide is changing like we were talking about. Things are slowing down a little bit, but I just want to encourage you because I do get, visits in my office with people asking me, what do I think is going to happen? Or what should we do? And in my experience over time, I've learned, just like Simon was saying, people fall out of the business. They, they just don't commit anymore and they think they can't do it. But you can do it if you hang in there and you market twice as hard. So that's what I would recommend. Anybody that's, feeling discouraged or anything like that, don't feel that way, because there are a lot of other agents at other offices that aren't like KW that don't support their agents the way you get the support here. So with the support you have here, just market twice as hard and you will withstand the wave and you will shift with the market. So I have on November 16th a class I'm going to be teaching, just a Q&A, because every time we have classes, we get sidetracked. We start talking about scenarios, we start talking about questions, and I feel like I'm not devoting enough time to that. So I want to do that on the 16th from 10:30 to 11:30, right before the office meeting, so that we can kind of share some experiences. I can share experiences with you and I can answer your questions and just make it a casual gathering and do it that way. So I hope to see you guys there. The Halloween party was fantastic. We had a great time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed dancing with everyone and it was a really good time. And those are the things, you know, that are gonna bond us, keep us together and keep us encouraging one another. So you guys have a great day. Oh, one more thing. Gary Nix is the grand prize winner for opening the most escrows last month. He opened 5 escrows last month. Right there. You know, people are doing things. But he couldn't be here because he was going to the Wave to do an advertisement or do a interview. And I did hear an ad on the radio for him on KJLH as well. So he's doing things and, you know, just keep that as an encouragement as well. Some people, they don't even get fazed by this. They just keep going. So just keep going.
And Gary, to add to that, is one of them that doesn't get fazed by what the market is. To this is like, okay, I just got to show up.
Yeah.
So that's really the bottom of it.
Yes.
Is that as long as you stay in the trenches of what we have, don't let what people are telling you put fear into your head, you know, just do the necessary activities.
Yeah.
People still need to buy,
Yeah.
people still need to sell.
You guys can,
Right.
with the most support. So and there's nowhere better to be than here. So you guys are all good.
Awesome.
All right.
Congratulations, Gary. Awesome. Thank you, Maria. And good job, Gary. Fantastic. 5 escrows. So obviously there's business out there, right? All right, next slide, please. All right, we got Carlos. Where's Carlos? I thought I just saw him. Carlos, get over here. Carlos. Carlos is going to talk to you about a listing competition we got brewing in the making. So awesome. Take it away, Carlos.
Yes, so we have a listing competition brewing in the making. So it's Listing Mania. So we're basically just gonna be tracking all of the listings that you guys bring in. We have some really cool prizes that I will disclose at a later time. But yeah, that's literally it. So every listing that you guys get, let me know anybody that wants to participate, let me know. Some of the prizes will include maps coaching, maps group coaching, which will be fun. I think we talked about possibly getting a headset for one of the prizes. So it's Listing Mania. So yes, it'll be really fun, really exciting. We're gonna have an accountability group going to kind of just hold each other accountable, let us know, checking out activities, ring the bell in the sense of, you know, hey, I just took the listing appointment, all that fun stuff. So that is Listing Mania.
That's gonna look like Listing Maria, but it's Mania. So it started as of yesterday. So if anyone is interested in being in this competition, please make sure to let us know so that way we can put you into this competition. So awesome, Ned. Thank you, Carla. Appreciate it. All right, next slide. Let's see, is Nat the agent on the call? We have an agent from there she is. Okay. She's jumping on the call real quick. She reached out to us about pitching a property out in Boulder, Colorado. And she reached out to the Regent reached out to us and has asked us for a big favor if we can give her a few seconds to talk about her listing that she has out there. So without further ado, is she on here, Nat?
I don't think so.
Okay. I thought I saw her jump on the call. Okay, well, if she does jump on, just a quick information. So it's a listing out in Boulder, Colorado. The MLS number is on there. It's currently listed for $1,150,000. The home has been completely renovated on the inside with new carpet, paint, cabinets, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, light fixtures, cabinet hardware, sink, kitchen, bathroom fixtures, doorknobs, the whole shebang. The home could be used for an Airbnb or a VRBO. I'm not sure what that is. Anyone know? As long as the license application required by the city was filed, the home could make a great primary or secondary home as well. It's certainly located to many popular locations, shopping areas, outdoor activities year round. Colorado University Boulder campus, quick possession time and move-in is available as the home is currently vacant in a stage as the homeowner recently moved to another property. So if you have anyone that is interested in Boulder, Colorado, please reach out to Ms. Kingston at KW First Realty Associate. Her phone number is there and our emails there. And if you want to send you the information and also a flyer, please let us know. Any questions? Okay. All right, let's continue. Next slide, please. All right, so broker matrix update stats. So this is for the month of October. Last week, we talked about the stats because we had so much going on. That was actually September stats. So these are the stats for last month. So the market for 90501, the highest price point of a single family home sold on October 20th was 1.275. The average home price was 925, 467. Medium price point was 861, down 0.1 on 90501. Next slide. Okay, we had 6 homes sold, 22 active, and 13 pending. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah, it's definitely down. Nat?
Do you not see average prices?
Yeah, but we usually don't promote this one. So let's go ahead and go to the next one.
The slides are different now.
Oh, so they changed them up? Okay.
Yeah, the deck is different.
Okay. Got it. All right, well, let's go, because this is the same information we had before. So let's continue. Next slide. I think it's the next zip code. Let's go to the next zip code, the 90502, I think. Okay, so 90502, the highest price point of a single family home sold on October 13th. That was 726,000. The average home price was 726. Median price point 726, down 4.6%. One house sold. You're right. Good answer. 1 home sold, 8 active, and 3 pending for the month of October. Okay, next. All right, now it's 90503. So the highest price point was 2.6 million, sold October 19th. The average home price was 1.342. And the median price point was 1.253, down 1.7%. And these are again stats from October's. We had 14 sold, 19 active, and 11 pending. All right, now we're talking 90504. Highest price point was 1.27. That property sold on October 6th. Average home price, 973. Median price, 956, 500, down 2.9%.
Are this all in the MLS, the slide presentation?
Is this what?
Is this all in the MLS?
This information is gathered through the multiple listing service, correct? Yeah.
Something we can access?
We can provide you with the presentation, yeah. But yeah, you have access to all this information. All of us who have CRMLS have info sparks, right? InfoSparks gathers, any active, any pending, under contract, sold. You can do by area, by zip code, by city, by schools. You can do multiple of cities, I think up to 3 different cities, and you want to get stats. You can also do 3 months rollout, 6 months rollout. You can do 3 years as well and look at trajectories from 2020, 2021, 2022. So it does a lot of stats for you to provide that as part of your listing presentation, or if you're just, giving information such as social media as well. Okay. All right. So sold, we had 12, and active, we had 20, and then we had 11 pending. Next slide. All right. This is our neck of the woods, 90505. Highest price point was 2.498, almost shy of 2.5 million. Average home price was 1.367. Medium price point was 1.320, down 0.4%. Okay. So last week we were talking about the stats, and also all of the stats for all of the zip codes in the city of Torrance. Redondo Beach, Manhattan Beach, and Hermosa were all down. I think there was only one area code in Manhattan that actually was up because of the price point, obviously. So, okay, next slide. Oh, sold 18, 23 active, and 17 pending. Okay, now we're into North Redondo Beach. North Redondo, the highest price point sold October 12. That was 2.2 million. 2.2 million. Average home price was 14257. Medium price point was 1.435, down 3.2%. Okay, this is North Redondo. If you're working that area, these are great stats to have. We had 10 properties that sold. We had 25 actives in the month of October, and we had 11 pending for North Torrance. Now we're into South Redondo Beach. We had the highest price point was 2.7 million, 2.7. That property sold October 3rd. Average home price is 1.843. Your median price point is 1.875, down 24.9%. 24.9%. We had 12 sold, 13 active, and 9 pending in South Redondo. The average home price was, the average days on market was like 43 days. 43 days on market. So, for the people that have listings, right? Very important information to know and gather. So that way, when you're having conversations of price reductions or, ready to list the property, you'll really engage of what that should look like, right? Because we don't want to ever be chasing the market, right? And asking price reductions, right? Let's just start off right off the bat at a good solid price point that will get the necessary traction and activities, right? We had 12 sold. Oh, we already said that. Sorry. All right, now let's dive into Hermosa Beach. So highest price point in Hermosa, 7.2 million in October. Looks like it's in the Strand, right? Yes, Tom. Right there. We had one last week, September, that sold what, 12 million? 12 million. Yeah, Manhattan. Oh, that was Manhattan. That's correct. All right, so highest price point 7.2, average home price was 2.869, median price point was 1.8, down 5.1%. Next slide. We had 7 sold, 26 active, and 6 pending in Hermosa. Now we're diving into Manhattan Beach. Highest price point was 7.376, sold on October 7th. Average home price was 3.650. Median price point was 3.15, down 9.2%. 9.2%. We had 20 homes sold, 56 active, and 21 pending. Okay, what does that tell us? Definitely, there's still business, but what else does it tell us? Anyone?
Well, they're not selling as fast as before.
I'm sorry, say
Buyer, more of the buyer.
correct. Yeah, more active listings than what we saw even 8 months ago, right? So now it's transitioning into a buyer's market than what it was a seller's market, right? Yeah. Okay, next slide. Days on market was 59 days, 59 days, almost 2 months. 2 months. All right. Awesome. This leads right into our broker update. So let me share my computer. Nat, can I have access? Right, where is? I lost. I had this information and it is gone. What happened? What happened? All right, let me do this really quick. I can do this quick to sign. So if you're aware that there's updates every year, twice a year, once in June. And then the second one is on December. So I wanted to give you an update that we have new forms that are being added and also revised contracts as well. All this information is straight out of the California Association of Realtors. And I just wanted to give you a quick glance on what that looks like. So the RPA, and I'm not going to go deep into this conversation because this will take me a whole hour to provide you. But all this information is straight from the California Association's Realtors website. You can get it, just plug in new forms, and it'll provide you with a summary of any modifications, deletions, or new forms that are being added. So the forms will be in full effect on the week of December 19th. Okay, December 19th is when the launch of all these forms will be added to your zip forms, okay? So the RPA, they're going to modify, they're going to add all this information. And the cool thing about this as well is that you can actually get a sample of the RPA with red highlights. So you'll know exactly what has been added or what has been removed from the agreements. What I'm really super excited is the BRBC form. Okay, this form right here, the buyer representation and broker compensation agreement. So this form is going to replace all three forms: the BRE, the BRNE, and then the BRNN form. So all three. One is the exclusive buyer representation agreement. The second one is a non-exclusive representation agreement. And the third is for compensation, no compensation buyer representation agreement. So what the Department of Real Estate with the California Association of Realtors, they basically eliminated all three of the forms, and now it's going to be one form. But what's so awesome about this form, it's going to be a protection for you for compensation, okay? And, you know, we always hear from the agents all the time, right? This buyer ended up going with another agent. I am upset, I am mad. How can I get some compensation for time wasted, right? Well, the first thing that I always emphasize and I always stress is, do you have something in writing, right? Because if you have something to support your position, then it's easier for the broker, the team leader, to go after your commission. Because I know we all work hard, and more so the time, the energy, right, that we put upon, you know, these clients. And, the clients sometimes unfortunately, right, go in a different direction, right? They cheat on us, right? And that's never fun, right, when they do that. But this is why it's crucial and very, very important that when you're having these consulting appointments, right? And Steve and I can go back and forth with this consistently because him and I think alike, on the importance of these documents to protect you, to protect your commission. And more so to put notice to the people that are supposed to be loyal and committed to you. Now, it's not just the form, right? It's also your position of how you present your value proposition, right? Because there has to be a two-way thing, right? Your commitment to your clients and more so the commitment from your clients to you as well. This just reinforces all that, just like all the other contracts that we have, right? Because when we go out to bat for you, right? Because a seller did this or a buyer did this or an investor did this, right? How do we position ourselves? How do we anchor that and give you the necessary support in order for us to go after some compensation, right? Well, this is the forms that we need. These forms were created for that purpose to help us help you. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's why I'm very, very excited about the buyer representation and broker compensation, because there's a section on there that also says, I think it's, let's see, paragraph 1, unlike the listing agreement, which ends on a date certain, the buyer representation period lasts for the number of days specified. It's also basically this, and this is what's so cool about this form, and this is why I have a passion for this one in particular, is because just like a listing, right? There's a certain paragraph on the first page of the RLA form, right? The listing agreement that says that if at any time the seller decides to cancel or the listing expires, right? There's a provision there that's a blank days, right? Where you can put days after that expiration or expiration, right? That if you provide a list to the seller, and this list is anyone that has submitted an offer, seen the property, or you've given some information on the property, and that particular buyer ends up buying this property, then you're entitled to a commission. Does that make sense? So with the buyer representation agreement, it works that way now. Now the buyer's agent will also be able to provide that if the if the buyer wants to terminate the relationship with you, the agency agreement with you, you can now say, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I understand that we're ending this relationship, but I'm also providing you with a list of all the properties that I've shown you, submitted offers, negotiated, okay? And if you end up buying these properties, then I am entitled to a commission. Cool stuff, right? This is new. This was never in the past. Okay, so that's not another layer that is being added to the buyer representation agreement. Okay, so for us brokers, we love this, right? Because now we can help you get what you deserve. Okay, any questions regarding the buyer representation agreement? Yes, sir.
I'm assuming, just kind of what you just described, the commission that would be due you if the buyer ended up ending the relationship and buying one of those designated properties would be that the contract is stating that the buyer is obligated to pay the agency the commission.
That's correct.
Not from the seller who would then pay that other buyer.
Yeah, absolutely. So 100%. Just to clarify that, the buyer would be responsible for paying a compensation. Okay. And this is why it's very important that you put a flat fee or a percentage on there, because now it holds the buyer accountable and responsible. And that's, again, fair game for you that has put the time, effort, and energy working with this buyer, showing properties, negotiating contracts, and they end up going a different direction. Okay. Because I know the frustration, I hear the calls and the cries and the frustration of our agents when a buyer or a seller goes a different direction, right? Now, our goal is obviously to hear our position and kind of understand, the elements that led to the buyer or the seller canceling, right? Then we kind of utilize, the documentation as, the backup, right? And that reinforces our position for us to help you get your commission. Make sense? Okay.
On the call, we're asking when they're gonna release those forms, somebody in the room.
Those are coming mid-December, mid-September. So let me go back. You can see right here. The release will be the week of December 19th. So typically around Tuesday or Wednesday, if I want to say, that's usually when they update the forms. Okay. All right. The other form is the ABCD form. Okay. ABCD. Yeah, you heard it right. Anticipated broker compensation disclosure. With this is a part 2 to the buyer representation agreement. This is a 3-part form advising the buyer seller's payment of compensation direct to the buyer. Broker or indirectly through the seller's broker may impact the price the seller will accept, and that the buyer broker will disclose on a property by property basis the compensation promised broker through MLS or elsewhere. Part 3 is where the buyer's broker discloses the final compensation received. So again, this is a new form. The BTA is another new form that we'll be launching in December. Buyer's transactional advisory. So now that means we're going to update our checklist, right? Because these are now additional disclosures that we need to provide, the consumers and the agents as well. The cancellation of buyer representation agreement. It's interesting. This is a new form. Now, there's a form for it, which we didn't have one. We had one for sellers to cancel on us, right? Which is the cancellation of listing, the cancellation of contract, right? When you're in escrow. Guess what? Now the COBR form, which is the buyer representation agreement, now the buyer and you, okay? So it's a two-way thing, folks, okay? Meaning that the buyer can cancel your relationship or agency, but you can also fire those darn buyers too, okay? You can fire them too. So that's just a written documentation now that says, I am firing you. What was that show? Was it with Donald Trump?
Yeah.
You're fired. Okay, so now you have that ability to fire your clients, right? I don't know if you really want to, but the form is created for that purpose. All right. Another new form, the notice of broker identified properties. This is again part of that buyer representation agreement as an exclusion list. You're going to tell Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I understand that we're eliminating our agency relationship, but with that, I am providing you with a notice of all the properties that I've sent over, and that includes things you sent email. Okay, so I believe we're going to be able to hold water on those because it was because of your marketing, they were able to know that this property existed. Make sense? So I'm assuming, and again, it's still early on the stages, if that's going to really hold in an avenue where you're going to be able to go after commission. Okay, I'm not sure, but obviously they created this form. Seller payment of for buyer's broker, SPBB. There's been a revision on the lease listing agreement, property management agreement, rental property owner disclosure is a new form, okay, for the property managers in the house. Residential lease of month-to-month agreement has been modified. Move in, move out, which is the MIMO, has been modified. Pre-move out inspection statement will be modified. Notice of right to inspect prior to termination of tenancy has been modified. Application for lease and rental screening fee. Non-contingent offer advisory is a new form. Okay, I think this is a little too late, but it's a new form that was created for your clients that are going in with non-contingent offers, right? Buyer is going in all cash. Seller says, look, I'll sell it to you, but you got to remove all of your contingencies or certain contingencies. This is an advisory to the buyer saying, Mr. Mrs. Buyer, please be aware that if you're going and submitting an offer, releasing any and all contingencies, you know, you're going against the broker's advice, right? Because we always want to protect our clients, right? Because what happens when the buyer releases any and all contingencies? Yeah, what? Yeah. You're jeopardizing the buyer's deposit, right? And if the buyer's in breach of that contract, right? There may be a chance that the seller may want to go after that full deposit that's in escrow, right? Up to, or worse, absolutely, right? It all depends on, you know, your buyer's position. If it's a primary home or an investment, that changes everything as well. Okay. Solar advisory and questionnaire is a new form that's coming on.
Which one?
Solar advisory and questionnaire. So these are for properties that obviously have solar panels. This is an advisory and a questionnaire that is now going to be part of the process and checklist if the property does have solar panels. The BCO, the CC, will have some modifications added to it. The buyer counteroffer, cancellation of contract, disposition of deposit. The CCPA has been revised. The extension of time addendum, the ETA, has been modified. Manufactured homes has been modified. Residential lease after sale, that has been modified. And then the SCO and the SMCO, the seller counteroffer and the seller multiple counteroffer, has been also modified. Okay. So a lot of stuff, I think 14 in total and 10 new forms added to zip forms. Okay. Fun stuff, right? Any questions regarding any of the forms, right? And the cool thing is you can also get samples of what this form looks like. And if there's any revision to it, it's going to be on red. But here's one of the anticipated broker compensation disclosure, better known as the ABCD form, effective December 2022, right? Here's what the form looks like. All right, fun stuff. And you can always reach out to me if you have any questions. Here are the revised and how the revised forms look like. Okay. For the ones that are revised, you get to see anything that's in red. Okay. In red is anything that they added to the form. Okay. So make sure that you have the most current zip form and make sure that you're updating your forms, right? Because you have the desktop version and then you have the online version as well. So making sure that you have the most updated forms come December. Okay. Yes, sir.
So I'm going to be teaching another contracts class on the 4th. So but based on this, I'll tell you what, probably for the first hour, I will cover the revisions in the RPA that is scheduled to come out, you know, obviously subject to any changes that they may do prior to.
December.
First Saturday in December.
I'm trying to see where the RPA is at right here. Just to kind of coincide to what Steve was saying. So here's the purchase agreement, right? Let me make this a little bigger. Hopefully that kind of works. Just a couple of added, everything that's on red, you guys see that? Okay, section G318, all that was added. Okay, so everything on red is everything that has been modified with the contract. Okay. Any questions? All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and continue. We just got a couple more updates and then we should be done. All right, so again, all of this information is straight from the California Association of Realtors. All right, Nat, next slide, please. Nat, there she is. Okay, upcoming events. All right, we have our KW Mastermind Strategies in Farming. We have 3 amazing agents. Barbara McNeil is one of our KW South Bay agents who will, with many, be doing this mastermind Thursday, November 3rd from 10 to 11. Next slide. Awesome. We have our KW South Bay headshot. Look at these beautiful people. Fred, handsome. So if you haven't updated your headshot, you know, one of our beloved agents, Cheyenne, is a professional photographer, and she has stepped up on the plate to help navigate and give you, you know, as we approach the new year, 2023. It's been a while. My old photo still has black hair. Obviously, that's not me no more. Yeah, so she takes amazing and makes you feel very natural, because I'm like, I don't know if I can do this, but she is awesome. And she made me feel very comfortable taking photos, right, Fred?
Definitely.
Awesome. So make sure you book.
Fun to work with, too. So,
Yeah.
It's a great investment. It's a great investment, and I tell all of our mentees, you all need to do this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Get a lot of time.
Best 10 minutes. Yeah, but they're very, very good, you know, and then she gives you not just one, but, you know, several images. Three images for you to kind of pick and choose. All right, awesome. Next slide. All right, Chris Rivera has his two-in-one buy down training. That's tomorrow, right? Anything you'd like to add to that, Chris?
Well, yeah, I just want to let everyone know, you guys probably already know this, but Feds did increase short-term rates this morning, 3.75 month. But that is already a lot of pressure on rates. They are at 7% right now, but they're each up higher. You already have alerts that pricing has been repriced for the worse. On back higher. Anyway, come tomorrow, because you're going to find out how you can sell this product to your buyers and sellers. Interest rates are going to continue to increase. So you've got to have some sort of weapon to be able to lower that rate for them on a temporary basis, so they can at least still a lower interest rate for the lower monthly payments. I've got a calculator for you guys tomorrow that you guys will be able to use on a go forward, but you got to come tomorrow. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
But isn't Manny's mastermind tomorrow?
It's 10 to 11.
10 to 11.
And I think this is online.
Yeah, it's a Zoom. This one's gonna be in person. I don't think you,
Yeah, this is gonna be.
not Zoom.
Those-
Do we need to RSVP?
Yes, please, if you can, that'd be great.
I was just gonna say, I'm in one of those right now, where my seller is paying for the buyer to buy down the rate. And so it's costing her 13,000, but we also took an offer over asking. Oh,
And as long as the appraisal hit, it's there.
Well,
The
no,
seller right now- the seller right now is sitting on a lot of equity anyway, right? So it makes sense for them to go ahead and pay that $13,000, lower the rate for the buyers, so they have payment relief. Because the whole mindset is there's gonna be a refi down the line, because rates will come back down, and as someone said earlier. You know, nothing continues to go up, the rates are gonna continue to go up, yes, but at some point, they're gonna plateau and come back down, right? And so that might take 12 to 18 months, but these buy downs will help kind of bridge the gap for the buyers. So anyway, come tomorrow, I'll speak more about it, and there's one more question there.
Yeah.
What is it?
That's what. It's right there.
No, that's why we drink before lunch.
All right, so we're gonna be quiet, right? Let's with knowledge, second time with food.
It's okay if we invite our buyers.
Absolutely, invite as many people as you want, if they're agents outside of the office, this is good information for them as well, bring them too, that's perfectly fine. The more the merrier, I don't care, just let me know, RSVP, I've already got a lot, I think we're gonna have 25, 30 people here. But if there's gonna be more, great, it's all right, I'll just make sure I get more food. So we don't run out, but it should be a really good event. I finished the product yesterday, I'm really happy about it, because it's got a lot of meat and potatoes for you guys. So you can present this stuff to your buyers or sell.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks.
I'm done now.
Thanks, Chris. All right. Make sure you are RSVP. Also, this Friday, we got special guests, Nina and Jordan, part of the Producers Mindset, 8 o'clock. You know, I know a lot of you do jump on that 8 o'clock call. Great nuggets, great information. And then 2 top performers are going to go and provide you with some insights to what they're doing and helping them with their business. So Nina Alexander and Jordan Davis, this Friday, 8 o'clock. Next slide. And don't forget Command Con, November 9th. That's next week already. It's going to be live on Zoom at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that puts us probably at 9 o'clock. If you haven't registered, please make sure you register. Just take a photo of this and I'll take you. It's a free class, okay? But they're going to go deep into Command and how you can utilize that for the purpose of generating leads as well. Sphere of influence, Facebook marketing, running a team. 8 o'clock actually, not 9, 8 o'clock. Yeah, because I think it's 3 hours, 3 hours difference. Okay, next slide. And don't forget, as we had a phenomenal Halloween event, we're also having our KW South Bay annual Thanksgiving potluck. That'll be Wednesday at 1 p.m. right after our team meeting, the festivities. Will be here right after, as I mentioned, our team meeting. So please make sure you RSVP. I also passed out a sign-in sheet if you can provide us with any favorable dishes you'd like to bring, to be part of the festivities. So, okay, that's Wednesday, November 16th, 1 o'clock. Next slide. And again, just a reminder, family reunion. It'll be here locally at the Anaheim Convention Center. Attendees versus non-attendees. It'll be in person. Next slide. And 69% higher closed value in 2021, 8.44 more closed units in 2021, 78,577 more in closed GCI in 2021. I'm not sure if that's correct. Based on agent attendance over the last 5 years. Okay, that makes sense. So please, if you can, it's in our backyard. Family reunion. It's a 5-day of intent. You get to see Gary live and in person, and Jason Abram, Mark King, all these phenomenal leaders within Keller Williams. Okay, next slide. I think that concludes. All right, team. Any upcoming listings you'd like to pitch? Yes.
I still have my 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo in Carson. We just adjusted the price to 478,888.
Okay.
And we actually bumped up also the buyer's compensation to 3%. So anyone who has buyers, submit, and also have upcoming listing. It will be a 6-bedroom, 3-bath also in Carson. So
Beautiful. Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes.
I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in La Quinta
Okay.
coming in November.
Beautiful. Awesome. All right. Anyone else? Thank you. Yes, Tom.
Can I pitch the office pool for the lottery?
Yeah.
Today, we're starting a brand new office pool for the $1.25 billion.
Has it hit the billions already?
It's now, we've had 2 pools already. If you're in the first pool, we went back and we reinvested it, and we ended up with just $8. So if you're in the first pool, you still have an $8.
Yeah.
Pool number 2, same thing. We got about 40% of our money back from what we invested. And we have new tickets today, correct?
Yeah.
So see, Ollie, you're leading to get in the brand new pool. So we're in the first 2 pools.
$1,760 at Newport yesterday, so that's a good chunk, that's 17. So they were getting some harder.
Hoover Liquor Store is like the hottest place to buy a lot of tickets in the country.
Awesome.
That's the one
Awesome.
45.
Thank you. Carla,
$50, it's brand new for the day. And we will, the cutoff's 3:00. We're gonna go get the tickets, we're gonna Xerox them. If you email me, I will send you a copy. Email me, I'll send you a copy of all the tickets.
yeah,
And you can check it yourself, the drawing's tonight at 8:00, so
beautiful.
you can sit there with your copy and finish stuff.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom.
By
Carla.
the way, Ollie has done like 80% of the lifting work on this.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So if anyone is interested, please make sure to talk to
See us before.
Ally. Awesome. Carla.
Starting tomorrow on Redondo Beach, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, nice starter home. We're starting it at 1,195,000. Be competitive. My family already wants it. But my family found an amazing 4 bedroom that they're moving into, so we already are in contract with that house, so we need to sell this. So tomorrow we're for the and probably tomorrow. And then we go live, Saturday.
Beautiful, cute house too. It's on the MLS. It's coming soon. So I already saw it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, cool. Well, that concludes our team meeting. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all. Plenty of food still left. If you are staying for the 1:30, stick around. Thank you.